And we are live with Pop's Quest. You jumped in right at the wrong time, buddy. I was going to say I got some links in out there. I'll get my gear set up. And who's that, Kelly? Did I just see Kelly pop in the head? How you doing?
All right, sorry, I had to pause the thing.
No worries. I'm doing some after I watched X-Ring's video on how to clean an AR, I'm like, I'm way off. I'm not doing this shit even close to what I'm supposed to be doing. Funny thing is I've seen him do it 1,000 times, but at the end of the day, it doesn't register. So I did do some shopping because I was missing some very important key items. And now I'll see how jacked up the thing.
Do you have the AR cleaning tool? It's got all the little curves and ins and outs and all the little doohickeys.
I do down in the basement, and I didn't grab it. I think the bolt's pretty. That part I keep pretty good, but yeah, there's gonna be some spots where I find some shit that there might be a couple dead cockroaches in the corners of some of those areas. So,
well, you know, some guys just think do the ultrasonic. You know,
I saw that today. $225, and I was like, I should try it, but I don't want to spend the money today. I did buy a very key important piece. This is the way I never do it. I always break it all the way in half. So I did go out and buy this thing, which will definitely help. I have done it differently in the past with some other gun holders, but I think this is going to work out good because it holds all the stuff, and I know it works because I know a guy that has one, and it works flawlessly because there's nothing to it. I mean, it's a couple pieces of plastic. So
right, yeah, you could put two of those bicycle like the tool holders on a Rubbermaid tote, and you'd pretty much have the same thing. But you know,
true.
Little known fact, you know, maybe this might. Yeah, just something like that.
You can probably make these at your shop, right?
I mean,
Quest cleaning thing.
It might take a couple minutes, but we could probably make them. Do you know that Coda Boy 32 does not clean his AR-15s? Did you know that? I don't know if anyone really knows that.
Like ever?
Pretty much ever. Now,
well, now lately, he builds so many. He builds so many. He really doesn't need to. He just puts them on.
Yeah, his trash can in the front of his yard, I think, has any AR-15 of his that's like more than 6 months old or more than 300 rounds. I think he just throws them in the trash, but I could be wrong.
Well, I'm going to show you something that's going to be embarrassing to me, but at the end of the day, I don't really care because that's what this channel is about. I show my good and my bad. But my stuff keeps rusting. I mean, and the only excuse I have is it's not in a safe with the dryer. But little things, you know, little metal screws are getting rust. I got, you know, look at this back. See the rust right here?
Right. Wow. Holy shit, man.
Light hints of it. I mean, my basement is so, I need to get a dehumidifier. I basically had built a gun room instead of doing a safe.
Yeah, you need a dehumidifier tomorrow, and you need to keep those rifles in a silicone impregnated sleeve, all of them.
And what's weird, I did send John a link there, but let me try it again. I sent it to both his emails, so I'm calling bullshit on that.
Well, I mean, you know, it's all good. Don't stress over it.
I can't take it no more.
I'm gonna leave. But no, so for my bolt carry group, what I do, it's funny because everyone complains about cleaning them. So what I do is when I'm done shooting, I put it in a Ziploc bag and I spray it full of CLP and I roll it up and it stays in there. And when I go to clean it, the shit just falls off. Like there's really no issue there. So
I actually seen that video and I was like, that's pretty genius because all the way home it's cleaning itself. I don't know if I'd use CLP. I like hops.
You got to use CLP. It's been around the longest. It's the best tool for the job?
No. I'm using Hoppies, and that's it. Hoppies is my go-to. I've been using that ever since I was a little kid.
Well, I mean, your shit's rusting and mine's not, so maybe you should reconsider.
Well, there is that. That doesn't have to do with that, though. Or maybe it does. I don't know.
No, it doesn't. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try some stuff here and see how nasty this thing gets. I'll have to do some camera moving and stuff if these guys are interested out here. But we got Josh Benware, we got Tattooed Dragon 8, Yancey Teal, Mr. Pops Quest himself. We got some few people coming in. We got Walter Miner. So I figured I'm gonna have to clean guns anyways, and if somebody wants to show up, why not? And for some reason, John's saying I didn't send him a link that seemed to work for everybody else but him. Let's try it again.
Cleaning gun things, you know, you got to stay up on it. It's like cleaning brass. If you're a reloader, if you don't need brass today, it's okay, but you might need brass 10 days from now. So you got to stay up on it. So, and nowadays I'm not shooting a lot of different guns, but I'm shooting about 3 or 4 different guns every so often. So like every now and then I'll clean one of those really, really well. But my USPSA pistols, they stay clean.
Yeah, and the funny part is those would be the dirtiest because we use them so much.
Yeah, they're horrible. I mean, I don't know. I'm on a mission to find cleaner powder. I'm going to shoot the Vithavori powder this weekend for 2 days in a row. A big training session Friday, and I'm meeting up with some master class shooters at a private little function on Saturday to do some training. Georgia State matches the following Friday, so I'm really going to enjoy the next couple weeks. But it's the truth will be told by the end of Saturday afternoon if cleaner powder makes a difference, and I'll make note of that.
I think your last video, I think it was you. I said you look like a train going down the. Was that you? That was you.
Yeah, I mean, that was my seizing ammo because the ammo I made didn't work. So,
okay.
But yeah, that was coated bullets with tight group powder. Which
now, did you figure out a magic concoction for that new powder? Because I ordered 10. I didn't order 12.
Yeah, I'm all set. We're gonna find, like I said, we're gonna find out this weekend. I spent the last couple days, when I'm not working, just making ammo. So I've got 800 rounds that should last me Friday and Saturday, and then I'm gonna have to load new ammo for the state match, but that's gonna be ammo I check in the barrel. Every fucking round's gonna go in that barrel and be checked. So
because you're gonna be trying to be good at it, huh?
I'm hopefully be the best at it.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, there's always that hope. You just never know. But, one thing I've learned when it comes to shooting a USPSA match, which anyone is out there listening and you watch my match videos, I've been doing pretty good in matches, and sporting up there pretty high in the finishings or whatnot. But what I've learned is you have to shoot the whole match. There's no one thing that makes you win a match. You can't go, oh, I suck at swingers, because when I started screwing up the swingers, I'm like, oh, there went the match. And come to find out, I finished 7th place, and only one B-class shooter beat me. I fucking kicked everyone's ass except for M's and A's. And I'm like, you know what? That just right there, it's proof that you have to shoot the whole match. You can't let anything bother you. You can't, you can't, like, one stage does not define the match. You have to shoot the whole match. So.
Well, that's perfect proof, because I did really good on that one stage, and then the rest I sucked at, and consistency. We've talked about it in the past. It's like, hello, Mr. X-Ring. He's probably still trying.
Hello.
Hello, Tokyo.
What's up, Rob?
There he is.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
how are you, man?
I am doing all right. I hope
you're doing well. Well, good. I'm glad you showed up, because the reason why I bought all this stuff is because I watched your video and I was doing it wrong. Now, I wasn't doing it wrong. I was doing it incorrectly. Wait, I was doing it. No, I wasn't being as detailed as I should have.
Well, let me just simplify it for you. You weren't being good at it.
I was not being good at it. I need to put this thing on a box or something. Let me see here. Yeah, I wasn't being good at it for sure, but I was enjoying having fun. Red October. I wish TR Prepper was in here just so he could say my name for you, but he's not. Bad Billy 429. Man, you made things happen when I called you, Pops. I was like, hey, that thing I need. All of a sudden, that thing I needed was there. Boom, bam, boom, shakalaka.
What I want to know, and Billy will be listening, did it work?
Yes. I actually texted him back. You guys saved me. Let's see. That's $8. $2.
Well, make sure you share that with X-Ring, because he's good people. We like to share. Emerald Mafia likes to share with good people. So.
Yeah, he did. He tried. He did. He told me about it.
$34 I saved.
There you go. You know. So.
Yeah. So I was like, hell yeah, that's some bullets right there. I wrote a song about it like the hip. Hey, X-Ring, I sent with your email. He was attached with both email addresses. So Mr. IT can't. I can't help out the IT guy if he can't help himself.
I got you. I
did resend it to him again.
So the question I have for both you guys, or X-Ring more or less. So I keep my bulk carrier group in a Ziploc bag full of CLP, and I had someone comment to me on a video saying, "Oh no, that'll actually make it weaker. The oil will do something to the metal. Blah blah blah." What's your take on that?
I don't know about it making a bulk carrier group weaker because of oil. I guess all of our engines are going to from oil. But now, I try not to keep stuff in Ziploc bags because it does trap humidity in there. But if you've got it dumped in CLP, I don't see how it's going to hurt anything. I don't know. That's the first I've ever heard of it making metal weaker by putting oil on it.
I kind of felt the same way, and I'm gonna actually scoot over there in a minute and grab it just so I can show you. But the way I look at it is, it would be like if you weren't using your car and you were able to coat your drive shaft in oil all the time, it might be a good thing. So I'm like, about 4 or 5 years ago, I'm like, all my rifles, when I'm not using them, I take the bulk carrier group out and I put them in a Ziploc bag and I spray them full of CLP and I roll them up to where the air comes out. And it's always done me, even the nickel boron coated ones, it's always done me well. So,
yeah. No, that's actually a really good idea. I mean, just think, if you're going to store something long term and it's metal like that and you don't want it to rust or anything or corrode, I mean, that's probably a good way to do it as long as you're getting that air out. But I've never heard of it weakening any metal. That's never.
Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear.
As far as I know, I mean,
yeah,
somebody could prove me wrong, but no, I wouldn't think so.
Yeah, I couldn't see how either. It blew my mind to hear that. I'm like, I don't think that's really a problem. But all right, Rick, take us through the process. What are you doing right now?
What am I doing right now? If you want to know the process, go over to X-Ring's video, because
yep, I watch all of his videos. Who wouldn't?
Well, I appreciate it. Are you the one who always gives me a thumbs down?
I try to thumbs down every video I watch. Yes.
Okay. All right.
That's why.
At least I know what you.
That way everybody knows.
That's the show. He was there.
I don't always remember though, so sorry about that.
Actually, there was one video you didn't do, and I was like, should I be sad or not be sad? I'm like, I'm not really sure. I was confused.
It's all good.
Well, basically, what I'm doing is throwing a little bit of Hoppy's number 9 down the barrel with the Jag.
Non-synthetic blend.
Yeah. So check this shit out. So this is a bottle I've had for a long, long time. And then I'm like, okay, that's empty. So I went to the store and I bought a couple of these guys. Well, if you actually read it, instead of just look for the 9 and walk out the door, it says synthetic blend. Well, synthetic blend means it doesn't work for shit. It doesn't have a good smell to it. It doesn't have, I can't wear it like cologne and stuff. So I was like, but I would say it didn't work as good as the other stuff. So I had to go out and buy a new.
Hey, Rick, how long did it take for me to pick up on that? Okay, so a little bit of precursor here, telling what happened last night. We were over at his house, and I was like, well, shoot, while I'm here and we're waiting on this video to download, I'll go ahead and just punch the barrel out because I shot 3 rounds when I did that holster review for Harry's holster. And he's like, yeah, here's some solvent. And he gives it. I was like, what is this crap? I was like, it doesn't even smell like Hoppies. And I was like, dude, it's synthetic blend. And, it's probably good. I'm sure they tested it, but it's just not what I'm used to,
It's funny how the smell senses will tell you everything.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It didn't have that good aroma. I was like, this is bullshit. So
well, it's just like listening to your gun. You can hear what your gun's doing sometimes faster than you can see it.
Hey, yeah. Ray, do you run the brush through after the ram, or do you run the copper remover first before you run the brush?
Okay, what I do is just like in the video is I will take a patch, I will saturate it with, or not saturate it because I don't want it just to drip all over the action and everything, but I'll just take Hoppy's number 9 and I'll just keep pushing the clean patch, or take a clean patch, put solvent on it, push it through until it breaks all the carbon out. That shouldn't take you long if you're maintaining a rifle. While the bore is still wet with Hoppy's number 9, you're going to take a brush, like a phosphor bronze brush, and you're going to push it all the way from the action to the muzzle. You'll do that, I don't know, 4 or 5 times, whatever, and then you'll follow that up with wet Hoppy's number 9. And you're going
you met me before, right? Have you met me before? Yeah. So not to give me too much information. Just we'll work through this.
Hey, Rick really needs flashcards.
Yeah.
Flashcards.
See, there you go, Rob. That's the answer I was looking for.
Okay, so I will tell you, I do go through a lot of patches. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
because you've been at the house and you've seen that little pile that accumulates.
Hey, check this out. I want to say that you're missing out on an upgrade that they make for keeping all your dirty patches. So you take one of these bad doggies right here and cut that. Works perfect.
The trash.
Yeah, the trash is
usually when I'm at work, I just take the garbage can and put it right underneath the muzzle. That's the way I do it. But here at the house, because I got that new table, I don't have anything where I can put on the backside of that.
All right, I got a question about you, 2011 lovers out there. In my congratulations, you just received a wonderful competition pistol from Atlas Gunworks that accompanied my pistol. Some of the information in there said, "Do not clean the barrel. Never clean the barrel. If you shoot coated bullets, well, first of all, they give you the recommendation: full metal jacket, certain bullet weight, certain load data, which I don't want to share because that's their data, and don't clean the barrel. And I'm like, well, shit, man, I always clean my barrel. I don't really know how to take it. So in part of their little description was, if you shoot coated bullets or plated bullets, just make sure the last 5 bullets of the day going through that chamber are full metal jacket, and don't clean the barrel. So why would you not clean the barrel? Is there a benefit to not cleaning a KKM bull barrel that goes in this gun, or am I missing something?
I can tell you that a lot of manufacturers years ago, and I think even McMillan says this on their website, not to clean their rifle barrels. And the thinking was most people are using improper cleaning techniques and they end up doing more damage than they would ever do it good by cleaning it. Maybe they have another reason for what they're stating, but that's been a big thing, is guys will get these surplus GI cleaning rods that are, steel, and they're just basically just wrecking that barrel to pieces. That's the only thing I could guess. Unless Atlas knows something I don't know. But no, I will continue to clean my barrels on my Infinities and the Akai and all that.
Okay. No, I get that. So they're saving people from their own ignorance. But what do you think about bore snakes? I see Rick is using a one of those fiberglass rod, $high rods there, which is what I've got, and I like it a lot. But is there any benefit to the bore snake on a rifle? Maybe at a range when you really need to expedite the cleaning, or is there anything good about a bore snake?
Absolutely. It will help break up the carbon, especially when the barrel's warm, because I'm not going to have that full kit like I did on my video or what Rick's got with him. I'm not going to have that in the truck. So if I go through something where, because you guys have seen some of these matches I do, and we're going through mud and crap and everything else, if for whatever reason you got some debris or whatever in there, I'll just pull a bore snake through once or twice and call it good. But I keep bore snakes in all my bags.
Yeah,
it will break up the carbon. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that. I just thought I'd ask.
That was one of those good questions,
Okay, here's something else I'm going to get into as well. So it's really hard to duplicate and I can't see the pop-up chat, so people are asking questions. I can't see any of that. I barely have bandwidth to do what I'm doing right now, because we got a storm in the area. But okay, so like on a rifle, when you clean it and you get done with it, it is hard to duplicate that every single time. It really is. How much oil you put on it when you finished up or whatever. So for the guy that's not doing it professionally, let's say he's not a sniper, or something like that, where he's doing it for a living. That's fine, because you're just going to go to the range, and that first round might be off a little or whatever, because you're not duplicating it every single time. But I will tell you, in snipercraft or doing anything like that, we never, ever, ever clean our barrel completely without fouling it first, because that first shot you take, that's where we get our cold bores from. And so, and for some people, this will never even be an issue to them. But literally, we don't clean those guns until they need it, or we see that it starts opening up. If it is something that is for work or work application, as long as that thing hasn't been, exposed to really, really high humidity, because, that carbon that's in the barrel is going to pull moisture out of the air, and that'll help. That will actually make the barrel rust on the inside a lot faster. But as long as you're maintaining that gun and shooting it pretty regularly, we do everything clean, fouled barrels, put it away.
Right.
Now, those are work guns.
Yeah. No, I hear you there.
That goes completely against what I was saying for that. Now, for 3-gun, I show up, my rifle's clean and ready to go.
Yeah. Now, one thing I do every Friday when I go to train before a match Saturday, I will run the pistol all day Saturday, and I will work my ass off, and I'll put maybe 400, 500 rounds to it. And then I'll go in the shed and I'll clean the piss out of it, and it will be immaculate. And then I'll go put 5 rounds through it before I put it in the bag. And the reason I do that is because all that fresh lubrication works its way out when you fire the gun. So I like to shoot the gun after I lubricate it and clean it, and all that shit comes out, and then I wipe it down again. And the next morning is really, really, really ready at that moment in time. So.
Yeah, and I would agree with you. Now, here's a topic that I've never touched on, and it's very important. Some of these really, really high-end guns, these 2011s, now they run great, but if you're, let's say, going to a 3-day event, if you're not cleaning that gun by like the second or third day, or the temperatures are really cold, this happened to me once at Nationals, and I said it would never, ever happen again. We were shooting, and the temperatures were somewhere around 30, 31 degrees, and the oil just gunked up because I didn't clean the gun. It was one of those, I got lazy, and this is where I really got into this cleaning regimen. And I've never had that issue again. These are not Glocks on these 2011s.
Yeah.
You shoot them enough, and let's say 300 rounds through it, and it gets all that carbon in there, you get a big temperature change. I don't know if you guys have ever tried any of the Brian Enos makes a product called Slide Glide, okay? And no jokes or anything, but it comes in different viscosities.
Can you see the blue?
Yeah. Hey guys, on the bottle it actually says not for human use. Okay, so
Johnny's here.
Anyway, it has a lightweight, which is like for your winter, and then it has a normal weight for the summer, but that's more of a grease. And there's different thought processes on that. I like grease on my 2011s, but I'll run Lucas a lot of times as well. It just depends. But, you know, if you're running really light loads and you're not worried about power factor, that gun will gum up and fall on you. You're going to have some issues of it going in the battery.
Yeah. Hey, Calvin.
Hey, Rob, you're going to be in big trouble next time we shoot together because I'm cleaning this thing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of copper felling in here.
You're going to need to get behind it more to beat me. So.
Hey, I want to try.
Send me a link, Rick. This thing on?
What's up, so? Hey, you guys are in charge of.
You can hear me. Got it.
Now I cannot read what people are saying, but I see a big blue thing and Armament Axes. Appreciate that.
$2.
That's
$2. Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Oh, that's a lot of money.
It's a super chat now. Jesus Christ.
That's 2 T's right there.
That's exactly.
So someone has a question. Can you guys like keep track?
Well, no.
Oh, yeah. We're here for you, Rick. Absolutely.
All right. My secretary. Since you showed up late, Calvin.
Okay, so let me give Armament and Axes his due here. He says fouling shots are important, and I think he basically understands the fact that those cold bore, Rick, Ray, and tell me if I'm saying this wrong because I don't really know, but like a fresh barrel or a non-fouled barrel, or if you're trying to shoot something without like a brand new gun, that's not really going to be the shot that's going to be the shot from that rifle. A fouled barrel is going to be the shot that really tells what that rifle can do. And is that fair?
That is a fair statement, and I agree 100%.
Okay, cool. I don't know.
Instead of saying foul, I was just going to say really quickly, instead of saying fouled barrel, because we're talking about like a nice, clean, fresh barrel, and this mostly, I think, more or less applies to rifling, like a rifle barrel. It's more or less seasoning the barrel. If you're pulling all the copper and the carbon out, and you're left with basically like a clean canvas, so to speak, yeah, you're going to want like the first 3-4 shots. That's going to season the barrel, smooth everything out, and you're going to be golden thereafter.
Now, can we get deep here? Can we really tell why that is? So if you have so the manufacturer spends $1,000 on a really good barrel and makes it perfect to where a copper jacketed bullet just goes like into oblivion perfectly on target. Why is that not the best way to shoot that barrel? Or is it that they know that you're gonna eventually work on a foul barrel? So is the barrel made to with the rifling so that when it fouls, it's better? I mean, y'all tell me. I don't know. I'm just coming up with these questions.
All right, I want to answer, and then I'll let X-Ring correct me because hoping he will. But my understanding is, because he's been doing it a lot longer than I have, and I just want to hope I'm right. Basically, the steel inside of that barrel, there's nothing perfect about it. There's cracks and crevices on a microscopic level that you're going to fill with those first few shots with carbon and copper, and it's going to make it super smooth and glassy and awesome. And then the following, like maybe 75, 50, 100, who knows, depends on the caliber, the amount of powder, the amount of carbon buildup, the amount of this, that, and the other thing. It's going to either wear it out and you're going to need cleaning or not. But basically what you're doing is filling it in almost like spackle kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that makes total sense to me. It really does.
I'm going to agree with him 100%.
Yes.
On precision, and I guys, I'm talking precision guns. You know, like these AIs that John has, or the ones that I've got, or even some that are better than that.
The one I want.
You'll usually get somewhere, and it depends on the barrel, but you're going to get somewhere between 100 to 200 rounds before you're going to notice a degradation in accuracy. And that is just a buildup of too much copper. Now, some people might not ever notice it. You know, you throw some cheap scope on there and you can't see the target and you're trying to print some tight groups. But I'm talking about rifles that, you know, literally at 400 yards, they're holding 1-inch groups. And yes, I mean, it's very, very possible. But if you see at 400 yards, those groups starting to get up where they're getting 2-3 inches and you know it's not the wind or you, it's time to clean that barrel and get it completely clean like you had it from the manufacturer. You probably need to shoot 10 or 15 shots out of it to season it again, because you've got to lay some of those tracks of copper in there. But for like these really involved, typically if it's like a 3 or 4 day event, I'm not going to decopper that thing over the course of the next 4 days.
Okay, all right.
That's where that works for me anyway, and I have a lot of people that will agree with that. I don't know if John will, but
yeah, you guys are just y'all are just making.
Hey, when you've never decoppered a barrel, bring lots of patches because this shit doesn't end.
Okay,
what are you doing there, Rick?
Rick, what are you decoppering with? The Vortec?
Yeah.
You haven't let it sit.
You don't push a patch in and just. You need to let it sit.
It's been.
And I said that you got to let it sit for a little bit.
He's just bored on his own.
5 to 10 minutes.
It's been 10 minutes because I've been cleaning them for 10 minutes.
No, that doesn't count. You have to let it. You have to let the chemical eat the copper. You can't just keep at it.
This. It's being good at it.
Okay, so run like 2 totally soaked patches of that Vortec through it, and walk away for literally like 5 to 10 minutes. Don't touch it. Just let it do its job.
I just pour battery acid down my barrels. It works fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have a
just do like I do. Clean the bolt carrier group or drink some that
Who's
leaf
next?
tea or whatever it is you drink.
Who's next? Who's next?
Giving out.
I had some good questions, but now I can't remember them after that graphic. So sorry.
All right.
All right. So the copper is like filling a pothole in a street. You send
that's a great example.
You send the first 10 down. Next thing you know, a Ferrari comes down there and doesn't know the potholes are there because they're all filled up. So you fill the potholes, and the reason for removing the copper, I guess, would be when you get to a point where it's just too much going on in the barrel, and you just kind of start over. Now leading, I guess, is a different thing where lead builds up on. I'm more talking now about pistol barrels. Like if you use like some kind of a round that the lead actually touches the lands or what have you, and then that disturbs the accuracy. But as far as rifle rounds, I mean, you're pretty much always shooting unless you're dirt road gun show shooting cast bullets out of a rifle, you're pretty much shooting full metal jacket. So you're only dealing with copper in rifle barrels. In pistol barrels, you're dealing with lead and copper, right?
Yes.
So there's a different cleaning technique to a pistol barrel versus a rifle barrel. Yes or no?
No, if you don't shoot lead.
Yeah, there's that. I don't think you get the amount of copper buildup in a pistol barrel only because it's so short. And the coppering in a rifle honestly doesn't really start affecting the barrel until farther out in the rifling, and that's what I've noticed as I was cleaning my guns. On the other side of the coin, leading, if you think about the temperatures at which lead melts compared to copper, I think lead will build up faster. Just thinking, I mean, I have no proof of this, but since Don,
take a piece of paper and drag a lead. Take a piece of paper, drag a copper bullet. Same principle.
So what about jacketed bullets, like these not jacketed bullets, these coated bullets? I have to imagine that when the round goes off, there's 1,000 degrees of heat in there and it burns the coating off, and you have pure lead coming on the back side of the bullet through the barrel. I mean, does the leading, do you really? Okay, so I understand shooting lead bullets, cast bullets. I get that. But a coated bullet, I wonder how much lead actually gets on the barrel from the heat and the explosion and all that. I mean, I think, I don't know. I think there's a lot more lead in coated bullets that people don't probably realize, because that coating can't hold up to that temperature. It just can't.
You know what though, Rob? I checked my Infinity, and I've been shooting the Acme's for a pretty long time now. When I did a great cleaning of it, and there was nothing. I didn't see any of that stuff.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, because
good.
I was worried that it was, basically ruining the barrel, because I have a buddy that doesn't like that kind of bullet. But
yeah.
But it was, I was kind of worrying about it, and then at the end of the day, when I checked it, I didn't see one speck of any of it.
What are you scrubbing your barrel with, Rick?
I'm using just basically hoppies, and I was using this stuff.
No, I mean, do you use a copper or a brass brush?
That was
or
at Ray's house.
Do you use a nylon brush or a brass brush?
I used a brass brush. That one I keep pretty clean though. I mean, I clean it a lot.
I'm scared to screw up my barrels, so I only run a nylon brush and patches. That's it.
The steel hardness on those barrels is like brass or copper or nylon. Nothing is gonna freaking mess it up.
I'm so scared. I'm like, oh, so like a.
The worst thing you guys can use is steel rods to push through your barrels, or even brass rods. I would use only like nylon or carbon fiber or whatever, or even plastic coated, those steel cable things. But those are going to screw up your barrels way faster than the brushes.
That's good.
That's Frank. Say something, because they don't believe me.
No, I agree. Always use a coated rod, like a Dewey or a Tipton or a Gunslick. Try to get a bore guide. Couldn't get the specific designated bore guide, so he's using that Tipton there, it looks like, and it works, and that's fine. At least it's going to go in straight. But a couple times you fishing, or if you do that with steel, you're just pushing that steel all the way up into that barrel, and it's going to hit on those lands and the grooves in there, and it's going to start blowing that barrel out.
You know, all the little cleaning kits that come with your guns, take them and throw them in the trash. Keep the brass brush and throw the rest in the trash because that ain't no good.
And then when you guys got on the brass bullet or the lead bullets, I'm just because if I don't know something, I'll tell you I don't know it. But I don't shoot lead anything. Everything I shoot is jacketed copper. I don't shoot plated. So I can't answer that. You know the whole thing with the polygonal barrel, shooting the Glocks, with lead. That's because that lead supposedly builds up, changes the idea at that time because they don't know what someone's cleaning regiment's going to be. And I don't know, you guys probably heard that analogy, but just take a white piece of paper, drag a lead bullet or a cast bullet across it, and it's like writing with a pencil. You do that with copper, it doesn't how much lead you're leaving down that barrel over time, and I guess that's why Glock doesn't want you to shoot lead, because the way it builds up, and then it's too much overpressure with an unsupported chamber and all of those.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much made the commitment to plated bullets, copper plated, and I'm not quite to full metal jacket yet. We'll see how it goes. I talked to Adam at Atlas Gunworks for a good bit about different types of bullets, and they don't really recommend a coated bullet, but the plated bullet seems to be okay. So
I've said it in the past, Robbie.
Yeah. Well,
sorry,
ahead.
man. I check out the Hornady HAP bullets. They're all right. Those, beyond anything, are stupid accurate, and they're also jacketed.
No, I understand that. I've got to go from, I've got to balance my budget, if you will, from a lot of practice
I hear you.
to a little bit of.
I'm just saying, like, for competition's sake, maybe use one bullet for practice, maybe the other for competition, whatever. But the HAPs are, I'll stand behind them 100%. I've been using them for a couple of years, and they're solid. No pun intended.
Well, there's an old saying out there. It says, "Train like you fight, and fight like you train." And so you don't want to go too far from match ammo to train with, because you train a lot with a different load and a different bullet and this and that, and the gun acts differently. All of a sudden you go to a match and go, oh yeah, I'm shooting this super awesome bullet, and you actually do worse because it's not what you're used to. So
yeah, I hear you.
I've got to come up with something that I can train with a lot and also afford to train with a lot, but is good enough to shoot matches with. So for me, I'm trying to plated bullet, because the plated bullets are copper plated. They're reasonably priced. When you buy them in bulk, you can afford to train with them. And now nothing changes, right? So you go from training to a match and everything's the same. And to me, there's a benefit to that. I can see the dollar benefit to that versus shooting a bunch of Acme bullets where they get cloudy and smoky and you can't see the next target or the front sight or whatever. Because if you really watch that last match video that I did, I don't know how I could see that. I mean, my hat camera footage, can anybody attest to me seeing the target? I couldn't see most of the targets. It was
you knew where the target was at least.
Yeah, it was, thank God for the walkthrough. I mean, I did really good at that match, considering the fact that after the 4th or 5th round, I couldn't see my target. So, anyway.
Well, the bonus of the HAP bullets, and they're only exactly twice as much of Acme bullets.
Okay.
They cost exactly twice as much. No big deal.
Yeah, Robin, since you only shoot 200 rounds a year, you'll be fine. I think you can do it.
Yeah, I'm on more of a 15,000 a year, so you really have to figure it out. You really do. So anyway, that's what I got. That's all I got to say about that.
That's all I got.
All right.
Okay, I waited 10 minutes.
I'll tell them. now this thing's going to be super blue whenever you put another patch through there with the Vortec on that. But anyway, I'm going to tell on myself a little bit. Rick can attest to this, but there used to get together. We would shoot basically 30 yards on an indoor range, and we would shoot for, we'll just say, you know, for monetary and reasons. And anyway, we would basically kind of like, you know what I'm talking about, right, Rick?
Yeah.
So
yeah, my wallet knows exactly what you're talking about.
And so basically the way we did it is a guy would come in with we had to shoot for that round, okay? We allowed everybody 2 sighters, and this is, like I said, this is at 30 yards. I mean, you know, we're not doing this up close. And then you would shoot 5 rounds for, you know, we would use just a standard like an NRA bullseye target, something small for that distance. And then whoever had the highest score is the winner, and everybody paid him the difference. Now, you might be playing for $1 a point, or it can get very well. We're trying different type of bullets, everything from lead to plated, and ultimately the full metal jacketed hollow points. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the Hornadies or whatever. Those tended to be the most accurate shooting out of a ransom rest. I mean, considerably more accurate. Okay. Now, will most people notice that? No, you know, because, you know, the plated bullet might have made a group, whereas the jacketed hollow point, full metal, not copper plated bullet would end up doing a 1-inch group. So we found out what was more accurate, and we just said, you know what, I'm just going to stick with it and shoot that from now on. When I shoot these matches, Rick will tell you, all of my bullets that I shoot are jacketed hollow point. I don't really use much round nose stuff. The only time I use that is when I'm running low and I don't have anything else to load up. But for Rick and John, who've been to my house, I mean, I've got like walls of bullets that I've won over the past from like Extreme Bullet and everything else. I'm not going to throw it away, and it is plated, but I just refuse it for a rainy day when I've run out of ammo or something. But it's just not as accurate. Is it good enough for shooting a match? Absolutely. But I'm going to go ahead and spend a little extra coin and I shoot the same stuff all the time.
I don't see any reason to invest so much money in guns that you aren't willing to do the follow-up investment in your training and the round that you're shooting. So that being said, what is your bullet of choice? Who makes it?
Dun, dun, dun. Okay, stand by. Don't give away the secrets unless you donate $6 million. I'm just kidding.
And you don't have to
okay. So that's personal here tonight, because we don't ever talk about, I don't ever talk about reloading or anything else. Rick can tell you, I got a lot of reloading equipment. I've done it for a long, long time. And when we did these tests, they were exhaustive tests. We would test, Winchester brass. We would test Starline brass. We would test all the different brass to see what it came up to. I mean, Lapua, whatever, to see what was the most consistent. And without getting crazy, my bullet of choice is a 0 bullet. I mean, and I've tried it all. Precision, Delta, I mean, you name them, I've tried them. And their jacketed hollow point, I think you can only get it through like 2 places, like Rose Distribution. Bang for the buck, that seems to work. Now, I'm not talking about bullseye shooting here, but I'm talking about shooting really, really tight groups.
Right.
And we'll order a lot at a time, and it's the 0 bullet. I like Vitavori powder. I know somebody else is going to agree. All of you guys, actually, because that's what I shoot. It's super clean. Yeah, it's a little expensive, but why buy a Ferrari if you're going to put 87 octane in it?
Yeah. No, I just bought a 55-gallon drum of 40 cal brass from Colorado Brass, and I ended up talking to the owner, and we worked out a really cool deal, which I'll do a video about. But good people, and the Vitavori powder, I just found a deal on that, so I'm right there. I bought 12 pounds in my name and 12 pounds in my wife's name, so we can get the rebate. So $26 a pound. I don't see how I can go wrong. I shot it at the indoor range the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's more the way the pistol feels in your hand with that Vithibori powder. It doesn't smack you. It just kind of, it's more like shooting a shotgun than it is a pistol, and it's really cool. And I see how it fills the case up because the shape of the powder leaves a lot of air. In other words, it takes more volume of powder to fill the case up. So I can see how even with the round, when you turn the round this way, the case is still more full of powder instead of like tight group, which I'm shooting. You put 4 grains of that shit in there, and it's all sitting at the bottom of the case. I mean, it's not going to act the same. So.
Yeah, thanks for finding that deal out for me too.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. I always find the deals. You know me.
This thing's still blue. Fuck.
Well, have you ever even decoppered?
Run another wet one through there, Rick. Maybe 2. And let it sit.
Hold on, I like doing it twice.
That a boy, and then let it sit.
I'm gonna go ahead and call it good.
No, you gotta do it right.
This barrel's not going to know what happened. By the time I get done with this, I'll be able to shoot 30-06 through this thing.
When was the last time you ever decoppered that barrel?
I just want to know how many rounds.
I remember the last time. It was never.
You're going to be doing that all night long then.
How many rounds do you? All night. Hey, answer my question. How many rounds you got through that barrel? Just guess. I don't know.
I don't know, 3,000.
Oh,
no,
okay.
Probably not.
That's a lot.
I don't know.
Okay, okay, that's fine. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, I'm like stressing over cleaning. I got like 200 rounds to it." It's like, okay, not important.
No, it's got a few mag strip for sure.
You know what makes you guys ever see
is when you just drop your mags down on the ground, like when they're full, and then it's like less bullet dirt and grime you have to worry about.
Is that your 3-gun rifle, or is that some kind of other rifle? Okay,
that's the 3-gun rifle.
All I want to know is when we're gonna go 3-gunning again.
Well, I gotta wait for this guy to finish up with his Georgia USPSA.
Hey, that's next Friday. Then I'm wide open, man. I'm ready.
Whoa, hey, this is what?
Why don't y'all guys shoot the 3-Gun Nation Nationals? They're going to do it at Clinton House this year.
I'm absolutely going to shoot that match.
I will be there if I'm not working, guaranteed.
Yeah, you're always working.
I'm not going to miss another major event at Clinton House. There's no way. I've been holding back because I want to shoot this Georgia match really well, but after that, I'm all in. I'm well on 3-gun and other stuff. Kelly's like, you've been holding back, but anyway. But no, I didn't want to hold any other guns until after the Georgia match. So, but after that, I'm ready.
Did you see my new pistol, Rob?
Yeah.
So that's your 3-gun pistol?
I think we all saw it, Rick.
Yeah, I'm gonna utilize that. I think.
Why would you shoot Why would you shoot 9mm when you can just download a 40 cal? I'm not busting on you for buying the pistol. I love the pistol, and I would have loved to buy it too. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to shooting steel, why wouldn't you shoot a bigger bullet at steel on 3-gun?
I'm just trying to make it even for you and me, so you can.
Okay.
Well, I proved to you on the last one that the 40 was the champ when it came to the spinners. Hey, what's the rule on that? Can I bring a 40 and a 9, and as soon as I see a spinner in that stage, I'll be like,
no, you have to. The gun you start with is the gun you finish with. You cannot stop.
Well, I'm going to start with both of them. They're going to be in the truck.
Yeah, you're going to double. You're going to two-fist it.
Yeah. First stage, I'll just.
All right. Well, you can do whatever you want to do, and I will still give you a hell of a run for your money, and you know this. So.
Oh yeah, you've gotten really good. But all you do is shoot. Me, on the other hand, I just. You're cheating, and I like it.
I love cheating. Anyway, I just want to go shoot another 3-gun with you guys. So
I'm ready. You know what? Let's just go out there tonight before they close.
Yeah, I'm ready. After October 5th, after next Friday, I'm ready to get back into it. So y'all just say when and where, and I'll be there. So.
What month is that one, Ray?
Did you guys ever? It's in November. It's like the second week or maybe the first week. I have to look up the dates, but I'm not going to do that while I'm on this chat. It'll probably drop the connection.
I'll tell you when it is because I'll tell you when I'm working, and that's when it'll be.
So is it already on? I'm sure it's on Practice Score.
It should be, yes.
All right. Well, I'll.
And it is going to be a high round count match.
That's fine. I mean,
you said November, right?
Yes.
So it's going to be the second. It's going to be the second weekend, or the last weekend because I'm working both of those. So it's either going to be the 10th.
Why don't you just look up 3-Gun Nation Nationals and see what it says?
Because I'm on the same storm you're on, and my Wi-Fi's not. It's way better than yours for sure. I'll look it up later.
All right. So what? Hey, I just Googled it, and I'm not sure I'm looking at all the links to it because I'm going to go on Practice Score and see if I can find it because I'll squat up right now. Okay, there you go. 2018 A3 gun. Nope, that's USPSA. Never mind. Damn it.
All right, have I waited long enough?
All right, I'm going to click on matches.
SoCal.
What do you mean SoCal? I'm not going to drive out there for a match, dude.
No, you're the one making me wait, so I'm going to – can I go now?
Oh, I haven't been keeping track of your time. What's it been? See, I don't know if Ray'd agree with this or not, but typically,
it's
like after I let it sit for 5-7 minutes,
no blue.
I will soak a I'll stick a brush in there and soak it with that border with the copper solvent, and then scrub the crap out of it, and then run a dry patch through it after I've waited like 7 minutes after the couple soaked.
I did all that.
Patches. No, you didn't do it there. See, like right when you drove that patch through, I would have run a bore brush through it and just scrubbed the crap out.
No, I did that already.
It is.
Here.
Hey, it is November 10th and 11th. The weekend Rick's working. November 10th and 11th.
Don't worry,
hey,
I'll be there.
I'm gonna try to take the days off.
All right, so what is the match named? Because I'm searching on Practice Score, and I'm not finding anything at all. So
you have to register on their website, and then it'll open up the Practice Score later. But you have to register on 3-Gun Nation.
Okay, so how do I do that? I've never done that.
The entry fee is
about $240, and then the opening page is right there in your face. Register.
Oh, so you need to be a 3-Gun member, Nation member first.
You're getting it.
That's I don't know.
Yes and no. I mean, yeah, it's not much. I think they've got it down to like $25 or something like that. I don't know, but
that's fine. I don't.
There's two different things you can do now. You can do, because used to all of these nationals were like $300 to $400 entry fees. It was stupid, and they were driving a lot of people away. So what they do is you can do 300 and something for the prize table, and then like 175 no prize table, just trophy. So, if you're just going to go and have a good time and shoot, then the 175 is definitely more beneficial.
Yeah. Okay. So I see it now. Okay. So I just brought it up. 3-Gun Nationals. Okay. So about the event, blah, blah, blah. Trophy only, 175. Prize table. Yeah, I don't care about prize table because I'm not going to be there. 175. So you can register for 175. And how many stages are at these nationals?
It's usually 6 or 8. It depends. I think this is only a 2-day event. And I know that, okay, so a little bit of history. Three Gun Nation used to be huge, okay? Nationals would always fill up. It was waitlisted only. The sponsored shooters got in first. And then if there were spots, then they would start pulling from the wait list. People fell out of favor with Three Gun Nation because what was happening is the entry fees were going up, the prize tables were getting smaller, and it was still this huge fee to shoot these things. Right. And some other stuff, a lot of base stages, and then they basically got rid of a lot of people. And then their very first big match was regionals this year, and I shot that one, and it was unbelievable. They went back to natural terrain, a lot of running, a lot of movement, not just boom, 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 and just take 5 steps and shoot again. So like 1 or 2 of the stages, you were shooting 60 to 80 rounds out of your AR. I'm talking about just double tap, double tap, double tap. I mean, you're heating it up. They're saying it's going to be even more intensive than that because that's what people want. That's what they're paying for. They're paying to shoot, not shoot 18 rounds out of the rifle, 10 out of their pistol, and then the shotgun, and they're done.
Right. Yeah. All right. So my first choice is practical. Why does it give me a second choice, division? In case
you always have to put something in there, but that's for the people that, let's say, sign up for heavy, but only 2 people sign up. They're not going to have that division. So just put on their practical and then tack irons or whatever, and you're going to shoot practical.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and you made a good point earlier when Rick was talking about you got to start with the same gun you finish, or finish with the same gun you started with. So let's say you're at nationals and your pistol breaks. Let's say you break something in the middle of the stage and you've got to go right to the next stage. The match director actually has to come up and look at what you're going to be replacing it with, because people will loan you their guns, but it literally needs to be the same platform, same caliber, same everything, so that you're not gaining any type of advantage.
Right. Okay.
So somebody already thought of my idea then.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, if you're going to break something, you might as well step up to your buddy's gun.
That's right.
Oh, what I was going to say earlier, there was a video I posted in the very beginning when I started doing this stuff of me using a bore scope, a video bore scope. Did you guys ever see any of that one or remember that one?
I don't know. I've used your bore scope before.
Yeah. When you see a barrel that's clean and been decoppered compared to something that, let's say Rick's got 3,000 rounds in that, it is amazing the difference. I mean, his rifle probably looked like literally like butt. I mean, guys, think about it. It's like going to a drag strip. You guys ever been on a drag strip and it's so sticky that you got 2 inches of rubber that's built up? That's the same concept that's going on. It's just laying that streak down through there, and yeah, it's slick, but you're not getting consistent velocities. So you got to take that out whenever it starts to build up too much in there. Unless hey, if a 5-inch group at 100 yards is good for you, then you don't have to worry about it.
Hell yeah. I've seen Rick shoot. He's good at that.
Fuck you.
So that last patch he pulled out, there was no blue on it, but there was an ass ton of black on it. So why is there so much carbon in the barrel and no copper? You're supposed to do that in the other
because
direction.
That's when he went and shot, and it's like doing sedimentary rock where you've got different layers.
Yeah, he's laying down the limestone, then the sandstone, then the limestone, some sandstone.
Here's if you guys want to learn a secret, here's what you do. You buy a 30-06 and you keep shooting it till it becomes the perfect 22 caliber rifle ever.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think it's clean yet, Rick.
I'm trying to see.
You're not gonna be able to see it with your naked eye. You need to
See
keep
what?
scrubbing. See, just
No, I'm
keep
talking
scrubbing.
about. I'm using this right now.
Oh yeah. See, you're not even at that point yet. I think it's still filthy.
No, it's clean.
No, I don't think it is.
It's cleaner than it was. It's definitely
take a boar brush and some hoppies, run it through there, scrub it like in and out 10 times, then run a patch through it. I guarantee you're gonna get black.
You know what? I will do that after this is. Oh, that helped. This is clean because. Yeah, see, I've never done this before.
Okay, now what I want you to do is wrap a patch around that and do the same thing, and the thing's going to be shinier than you've ever seen.
At least the black part will be smoother.
Hey, Rick, the best thing you can do is squirt a bunch of Windex down there and pour some boiling hot water behind it. It'll be fine after that.
Well, this is what I normally use right here.
That's Moses stuff.
I use glass cleaner.
Oh, my bad.
I use glass cleaner, and then to make the barrel nice and slick, I use Rain-X.
Yeah, I use
Rain-X works good.
Yeah, I use turtle wax, but it's all good, you know, whatever.
McGuire's all day long, dude. McGuire's is the best barrel wax.
You Californians love that McGuire shit. So
yeah, Ray, am I running this dry or what?
Do you have a bigger patch?
Hang on.
Nope.
That's the biggest patch you have.
I don't know.
Wrap it around the lug scrubber, not the chamber brush.
Hey, Rick, that patch is okay. What you need to do, though, is get it over the stainless steel as well. Just do that for me. And let me see it.
The fat part.
I know. Hold on.
Or do two. He's going to do two.
I don't know. Huh? Yeah.
Just put another patch on. Now put some solvent on it.
We're making him work. He's like, God damn. I almost said it. I almost said it.
Oh, no, you said it.
I stopped myself.
Good catch. Now turn it about 5 times, and when you pull it out, it's going to be filthy because you don't clean the gun. Hey, that's enough.
He's all cranking.
It's got to be 6 turns.
Yeah, he's going to work.
Oh, that's nasty.
Yeah.
I bet your barrel looks the same way, man.
What if, I would pour battery acid down there, and then I think the next patch might be nice and clean.
I would go with uric acid. It'd be better.
I've never cleaned that part ever.
What's up, Mister? So
have we been getting any comments at all?
Have we been getting comments?
Yeah,
there's one that says Ray's full of shit, doesn't know what he's talking about, and then there's another one that says he does, and then no, I'm just kidding.
All right, so Rick, you're a horrible host. You want me to do a rundown of everyone that's out there?
I did one earlier, but you should do another one because you got Warsaw Patriot out there and HRM
Weapons Machinist.
Go ahead. Say hi to everybody.
Vanessa Kitty, hello. How are you? Warsaw Patriot, just like you said.
You said that twice now.
Nick Hops, the Terminator. And Walter Miner.
There's Walter. How you doing, buddy?
Good old Walter. And then Red October's out there. Big Al, the long-range 6'5" Creedmoor King of Oklahoma. And then Red, the real Cobra Burnout.
The real one?
Yeah, he's here. Yeah, he's
good. I'm glad the fake one's on here because I don't like the fake one. I like the real one.
And Armament and Axis has chimed in, so there's that.
Cobra.
Captain Shark, who's a local captain, boat captain in my hometown, so that's cool. I think that's it.
Hey, I just really quick with Captain Shark, just since he's here and listening, I said some stuff on a chat not too long ago, and I'm sure he remembers it. Something to the effect of Planned Parenthood, and I'd like to retract that comment. I woke up the next morning and I still couldn't believe I actually said that out loud. Anyway, that was jacked up, and I've actually been feeling fairly guilty about that for a long time, and let's just take that off the record.
Well, you know, we've all done things late nights when we're drinking. And we've had to go into survival mode over, which is kind of fun in a way to me, but whatever. You know, it's just it's who we are. You know, the beautiful thing about this group that we're a part of is, you know, we don't bullshit people. We are who we are, and we make mistakes, and we say shit that we may not exactly mean, and you know, it's all part of it. I think that we are who in the chats who we are. If you were just standing around a campfire and we were just chatting, so
yeah,
anyway.
that was some over the top, nasty, ugly. It was more or less aimed at a political point of view than it was actual reality. Obviously, I didn't expect anybody to, you know, he was talking about using puppies and kittens for bait, and then I came up with that comment. I was just like, nah, never mind. Okay, that's it. I feel a lot better now.
I think I turned that one off anyways. Is that the one?
But can I break the kind of break the mood here and get everybody off that serious bullshit? I want to make sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to put out a public service announcement about buying Picatinny rails off of eBay. Now, if you ever get the opportunity to buy an M-Lock pick rail off of eBay for like $5, don't do it. Resist the urge, because this is my Ray. Tell me what you think about the GG&G tactical bipod. This is a bipod. It's a great bipod. Don't get me wrong, but this is just for illustration purposes only. You see those little metal shiny spots on the end of the rail? Well, this does not. This does not go in here at all. I mean, you could beat it with a hammer and it wouldn't go in here. So, yeah, I'm going to get my $10 back from these people and then buy some respectable rails to mount my bipod.
Or
go on.
Atlas.
I'll be back in a minute.
See, I'm at a place in my life. If I already have something, I'm not going to replace it, so it'll work.
Or Atlas.
Whatever. This is a good bipod, man. It's solid as a rock.
It looks like it.
It really is. I know it's not the best, but it's not a cheap piece of shit. I mean, this is like solid, like literally solid, rock solid. I mean, what do you want me to do with that? Throw it away? I mean,
yeah,
$210 bipod. It's not cheap.
What?
Yeah, look into it.
What is that?
No, GG&G actually makes some good stuff. I just have no experience with that bipod, but I'm not going to go SoCal here and say Atlas. Hey, you know, I've got a lot of Harris's and they work, but they're not my first choice.
Atlas.
I mean, that looks like a good bipod. Jeez.
You know what? It'll get the job done until I am better than this equipment. Then I'll upgrade. All right.
It's just that one little pin in the front that holds the legs on. Just kind of scary looking. Looks kind of flimsy. At least through the 360 resolution that your camera is giving us. The granular awesomeness.
I mean, what do you want me to show? It's all CNC machined.
Okay, so that little pin that holds the rail to the bipod.
Like right here?
No. Back. Scoot it to your left. Stop. No, slow down there, Chief. So go to the front of the rail. The front of the rail section, right before the leg hinges start. That is what I'm talking about. Just looks.
Like it'd be a weak link right here. right here.
Conspicuous. Yeah, they're that. They're.
Well, I mean, it's not going into combat. You have to load the bipod, but you don't have to bully it. You know.
Well, no,
Did you snort?
I'm gonna dispute SoCal on this one because you know those
Blah, blah, blah,
spigot
blah, blah, blah.
bipods like the Parker Hales, the original Accuracy Internationals, those were solid. They rattled a lot, but off that, it's good. It's fine.
Well, I will honestly say that I have no experience with that bipod or any other bipod that looks anything remotely close to that. My only experience is through crap like NC Star, and then I moved on to Harris, and then I moved on to Atlas. So those are the three companies that I'm only intimately familiar with, and thus far Atlas has been.
Well, the one thing I'll say about
winner.
Atlas is they're way more robust, right? And I get that. I mean, because I was lucky enough to know somebody that shot one, and I was checking it out personally, and they're very robust. You can't deny that. So.
I'll rescind my poor remarks then.
I actually picked up 2 more Atlases last week, and the very first day I went to go shoot it, the rubber foot became unglued from, because they're removable feet. So if you wanted to put claws in there or whatever, I fired off an email to the company, and 2 days later, I had a new foot.
Wait, so you broke your bipod and they gave you a new foot?
No. The foot portion. Do you know the factory
Okay,
foot that comes
being
with
sarcastic.
the Atlas?
I'm being sarcastic, Ray.
That shears off. You're not going to be able to reattach it because it's epoxied on or something like that. She went ahead and sent it straight out to me without even having the other part. And so I was back in business literally in 2 days. I actually just took another foot off of another one, but it's the first thing I've ever had go wrong with.
This one looks like it's got a rolled pin through the foot, so
that's the ankle bone.
Yeah, connected to the thigh bone, connected to the hip bone, connected to the neck bone. Oh, and I do have an onion nearby in case we need it. So.
Actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because I have a portion of a taco that my wife did not finish.
Oh, that's so amazing!
A sweet potato and chicken taco with balsamic orange balsamic and hot sauce.
That's borderline not really taco.
No, this is
that's almost a breakfast taco.
No, anything you can put anything in taco. It's like a pizza or an omelet. You can do everything.
No, you can't.
Yeah, there's.
Let's just get this straight right now.
All right, so if and when I ever move out there, I'm going to change the face of tacos in Carolina.
Hey, can we open a restaurant, SoCal?
I think that might be a good idea. A little side job.
Yeah.
Food truck.
As long as somebody else manages and runs the restaurant, I will write the menu.
You come up with the menu.
Yeah, Kelly said if you move to the coast, she'll handle it for you, but
I don't think he'd move to the coast. I think he'd move to the mountains. Oh.
Warsaw Patriot says you can put literal shit in taco and eat it. Yes, you could, but I wouldn't. Ever.
Anyway, what's left to talk about? What are we? Rick still cleaning his damn gun.
I want to see.
I'm being good at it, Rob.
I want to see a brush with hoppies on it. Run through it like a few times, and then the patch that it comes out because I guarantee it's going to be black and nasty.
No, it's still blue.
I'm good. I'm done.
It's blue again. I wanted to test it.
Blue again.
You're removing layers of the barrel at this point. I would stop.
If it's blue, it's still coppery. Unless you're using a brass, unless he's using a brass brush, then the copper in the brass itself is coming off on the brush.
I watched him clean that summage for hours. If I were you, I'd oil the piss out of it and leave it the fuck alone.
This is too much fun. I'm trying to use every patch I own.
Run it out, baby.
If you want to get it any cleaner, you're literally going to have to buy a new barrel.
No, but look. See how it's blue?
I swear, it's only because in 3 seconds it oxidizes and you're pulling that back out. So
yeah, no,
it's blue.
Yeah,
I'm going.
At this point, you got a .25 barrel right now. So whatever.
True story. True story, and I think I might have mentioned this on either to SoCal or
I know. Yeah, I know what's coming. I've already heard this story, but go for it. It's a good story.
Don't ruin it for the rest of us.
Is this the one where I had an agency contact me because they had a sniper that couldn't qualify?
Yeah, that guy, Mr. 4,000 rounds. What do you mean?
I said, have you decoppered the barrel? He's like, no. Now, this is on a really high-end precision bolt gun. And he's like, dude, it's all over the place. It won't hold 3 minutes. And I said, well, and he got some of the Vortec. He decoppered it. Accuracy came back, one whole gun. But he had not done any type of decoppering regimen on it at all.
More to the point.
Could it be because this is copper, Ray?
No, that's brass, but there is copper.
Oh, brass, yeah.
There is copper in brass.
Yeah, no.
So
you will get false indicators from that, but it won't be anything like what you're getting.
No. So more to the point, Ray, about your story about the guy. How many rounds did he put through the gun before?
Yeah, how many rounds?
You were pretty close.
How many?
You were pretty close.
Can I get an answer?
It was over 3,000. Over 3,000.
Oh, that's a lot of rounds.
No, that's a lot of rounds to have to buy on your own. I mean, I guess working for the agency, he was able to put that many through there. But Jesus Christ, 3,000 rounds of any kind of a sniper round is a lot of damn money, man.
It's a lot of copper too.
You paid for it.
Well, it's not like they reload their own shit either, you know.
No.
It's just buildup in the barrel.
Most agencies, now I can't speak for smaller agencies, but most larger agencies, they will buy an entire pallet, and that's got to last them X amount of time, whether it's 6 months or a year. It'll be same lot number. And when your snipers go out for training, depending on what their SWAT schedule is, it's either going to be monthly or bi-monthly. They're going to do it once or twice, and they don't shoot every time, but they are going to check all their cold bores. They're going to do stalks and everything else. But yeah, 3,000 is a little high, but the rifle was issued and had been with them for a couple of years. No decopper. Just I'll do solvent every once in a while because I was told not to clean my barrel. You got to maintain them.
Well, that's actually a good point to bring about not cleaning a barrel. There comes a time where you put so much through it that you get over the threshold of the whole idea of not cleaning the barrel, where you actually need to fucking do something, you know. So
I don't know why. Knowing, I've studied this actually since I met X-Ring, because I wasn't really that concerned with copper fouling and whatever, but since I've gotten into long range precision stuff, and then kind of studying, what it does, what ammunition does to a barrel, depending on what caliber and what cartridge you're shooting, why anyone who's shooting competitively wouldn't really baby the crap out of everything they shoot, regardless if it was shotgun, long rifle, pistol, whatever. Why not keep it in the best condition it could possibly be? It doesn't cost extra.
Yeah, now this was a point that I was going to make on that cleaning video, and I didn't because that's the longest video I ever put out. And I said, I'm not going to just keep dragging this out. But if you're doing this competitively, and let's say there's a lot of money on the table in prizes or whatever, and you've got hotel, multiple days, you've got airline tickets, you've got a rental car, and you lose a match or lose 5 spots because you were just, I hate to say it, this is on a different level, but it's because you were too lazy to maintain your weapons platform, then that's on you. And so somebody commented and they were like, holy OCD. Yeah, you can call it obsessive compulsive if you want, but I don't want to ever have it.
Yeah, but that comment, unless there was a different one, was you're OCD like me.
No, this is no OCD, but I don't want to be able to blame that. I mean, my guns run all the time, and I'm just I maintain them. I'm not. I've never spent as long as you're spending on a rifle. But
we're chatting, so I'm just milking the system here.
Yeah, if you stay on top of it, it's a lot easier to keep it on. To keep it clean.
I'm basically done with the barrel. The barrel looks very nice.
You never showed us the patches, Rick.
Which ones you want to see? The last ones?
Well, you still haven't done what I asked you to do. Run a couple of wet brushes with hoppies all over it down your barrel and show me the patch that you follow up with.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, while he's doing that, let me mention something else. Don't ever dip your patches into the solvent bottle, because that bottle he just held up had more copper in it, or carbon in it in the bottom when I used it yesterday than it did solvent.
This is the one. Well, there's a reason for it. So what's in here is basically my bolt, my firing pin, all my little pieces, and I just, you know what I mean? I let it sit in there.
But then you're cleaning your barrel with that?
No, I use this one for that. This is the old one. See how you can't read it anymore? And this is
that's the one I used yesterday to clean my Glock barrel.
Yeah, this one. That's because you were being
the one that had all your.
Yeah, because you didn't want to use this stuff, the synthetic shit. Why yada?
Yeah, but I didn't know it was gonna be black.
I told you what it was. You're just being funny, aren't you?
Oh, yeah. Hey, there's another trick too. Okay, I've never shared this with anybody, but how many of you guys get a bottle of hoppy solvent and take your knife and cut the circle out of the foil on the top?
That thing's stupid. I don't like that idea. It didn't work for shit.
Well, I don't.
Okay. It's because you don't know how to use it.
Yeah,
I already know where you're going with this.
No, I've never used any hoppy oil. Go ahead.
No, hoppy solvent. Sorry.
Oh, the solvent. Okay.
You basically just take a little pin and you pop it on both ends like an old oil can, and then that way you can drip it out or squeeze it out, and it's the easiest way to do it than having this big open hole.
So here's what I do.
Over and
here's what I did. Here's what I did, and then here's what Ray did. He did this. You see it? One hole there.
That's what you call professional grade right there.
Yeah, I still squirted this shit all over the place. All right. So, SoCal, you want me to use a brush and what?
Yeah, just dip that in the clean hoppies, whatever you got, the clean hoppies.
I'll pour some on it.
No, don't ever do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You never dip your brush into the hoppies.
No, I'm not gonna.
You're gonna.
Oh, get hoppies on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Whatever you got to do to get hoppies on it.
How many times do you want me to do it there, SoCal?
And then put it in the microwave for 5 minutes.
In and out 5 times each.
No. I'll give you 2.
No, 5.
Just do 2 or 3. That's fine.
5.
I'll do 3.
Okay, fine. All right, now switch it out.
If you can do 2,
So now,
and no black comes out,
I bet you $1,000 it's going to come out black as a turd.
All right, I'll go.
I agree.
I'll go 4.
All right. While he's doing that, Ray, on a side note, you're a 3 Gun Nation member at this point, right?
Me too.
Yes, sir.
Y'all are both 3 Gun Nation members. Okay. All right.
I think it's $25 or something.
Nah, I'm working on this registration. Chill out.
$25.
Does-
A lot of money.
Do you have to be a member to shoot nationals?
Yes. You have to.
Okay.
Yep. And that's fine. I'm going to become a member. That's fine. Because I tried to register, and there's another section that says 3 Gun Nation membership, and then you have to fill that out too. And it's actually $45, which is, I don't know, man. That's a little steep, but to shoot this match, I'll do it. So that's going to be 175, 45.
Rick is looking at his dirty patch. He's like, "Holy shit, this is dirty."
No, I haven't even done it yet. Here we go.
Oh, okay, here we go.
I don't want you guys to think I'm cheating here. So you see,
We know you don't cheat. Just run the damn patch.
Did you put solvent on it? You put solvent on it?
no,
Get
it's
it
dry.
up? Oh well, it probably doesn't matter anyway. Keep scrubbing,
It's
buddy.
It's kind of blue and black.
It looks like it's ready to shoot to me. But
It looks like you're not done yet, sir.
It's done. You can't. It's done for the day. I got too much. I got more shit to do. I got a shotgun.
All right, find some powder solvent.
don't you have a pressure washer?
No, I don't actually.
You should shoot a pressure washer down that bitch.
So this kit right here works really good. If you guys are interested,
I hate that thing.
This is the tipping one. I like it. I haven't tried it on a bolt action yet, but
That's why you don't hate it yet.
yeah. Well, it works good for
every time you pull it out of a bolt action gun, the front tip will stick in the friggin' chamber, and you have to go chase it with a friggin' needle nose pliers.
Okay,
Hate
here's
that
the
thing.
question: Are you
Things on there good though.
now? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What you just said was when you pull it out, aren't you supposed to clean a barrel just one direction, or is that bullshit?
No, I'm talking about the chamber guide, or the guide, the rod guide. When you stuff it into a chamber, more often than not, what I've found is that rubber part in the front that Rick's holding up, that thing will stick in the chamber, and when you pull it out, the rubber tip will pull off the rod and stick in the chamber.
Gotcha.
And it's completely annoying.
Mine didn't.
Never mind. My bad. I didn't.
It comes with
my
3
pay grade
tips.
here. So.
More on that though. So yes, always try to clean from the receiver to the muzzle. But there are guns that don't allow that, like an M14. You have to clean it from the muzzle towards the receiver.
Good guy.
Because you can't access it from the rear.
Just like can't access it from the rear. I understand that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like me. That's like me right there. It's exit only.
No access from the rear. Yeah, I get that. Yep. Yeah.
But whatever you do, be consistent with it. Just one direction, just like you were saying.
Up and down. Don't twist it. It's not a bottle cap. Don't twist it.
I mean, and probably want to be gentle. I mean,
Up
easy
and down.
and smooth.
All right, back to our scheduled program. Back to our scheduled program there.
Keep scrubbing that barrel, Rick. You're not done yet.
When you move over here, you can scrub it for me. It's good. I'm going to go with good because
I can't believe you've been scrubbing a barrel for 3 hours and that shit ain't clean. That's all
I told you I shot 5,000.
Yeah. You have to clean the carbon first, then address the copper. So the funny thing is that Ray rather is not joking. He's literally got sedimentary rock laid out in that barrel. He's got barrel and carbon, copper, carbon, copper, carbon, copper, carbon, copper, carbon, copper. Try to say that 10 times fast.
So it's on each layer?
Just yes and no. Yes and no.
As long as you can see the lands, you're fine, man. Just rock it.
You need to just hose that thing out.
From here, it looks good.
Okay, so Bortec also makes this stuff.
Hey, I got a question. How much is the new barrel?
Both. Yeah, actually, at this point, it might, depending on what your time's worth, you might as well just replace the barrel.
I mean, you got 4 hours invested so far.
It's probably gonna shoot pretty good now.
It's gonna make it's gonna make you a better shooter,
guys. Don't worry about it. Be good at not worrying about it.
Yeah, it's gonna make you a better shooter, Rick.
Be good at not worrying about it.
Bailey, where's Bailey?
This is the fun part. This is where I got.
Yeah, she's asleep.
Oh, you got her in the dungeon.
The dungeon.
Yes, in the dungeon. The pit of despair.
All right. Oh wait, hang on.
Who wants to send me one of those little squirt bottles that I don't have?
Say what?
Sound like turd balls. He wants a turd
I need
ball.
one of those little squirt balls.
Hey Rick, you busy Saturday? What are you doing Saturday?
Tomorrow?
No, tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, it's past midnight. I watched it Friday.
Oh, my bad. Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe you want to come to an outlaw match near Columbia? More of a training session. I'll talk to you about it later a little more. I gotta call the guy.
There's actually, Rick, there's 2 matches this weekend. There's Walnut Grove on Saturday, and then there's Greenville Gun Club on Sunday.
Well, the crappy part is the wife's gone, and I got Amber. So
take Amber to Walnut Grove and shoot that 3-gun match, because that's what I would do.
That's possible.
That's just me. The Walnut Grove's fun. I only shot there one time. We head back up there sometime.
Are you doing that one where you guys shot
so there's not many on the channel. I was gonna tell these guys about that Raptor that I just got, the 2 Raptors.
You should tell them, right?
So, okay, do you know what a Raptor is? A Wilcox Raptor?
No, I never heard of that.
All right, well, there is a device that goes on your rifle. It is used by some really, really high-speed guys, and I ended up getting 2 of them. They're extremely pricey, but literally it mounts onto your rifle. Once you get everything zeroed in, you press a button, it ranges it, gives you your dope within 1 second, and you just hold over and fire.
And that's legal?
Yes, it is actually.
How is that legal? I mean, that doesn't seem right, you know?
Why not?
Well, I mean, you got guys that can't afford it. It's like back when I used to race motorcycles. So like, you know, everyone that could afford the nice shit used to win. So they used to level the playing field to some degree. So that just seems like a way to cheat, you know, to make you better with money. So
I will tell you this. I have beat a lot of guys that run Raptors, but this last year at the International Sniper Conference, the big one, the top 3 teams were running Raptors. Hold on, I'll just grab it and you can kind of see it.
It's freaking awesome. Just don't ask how much it is.
Probably what, $5,000? Probably something like that.
Nah.
More.
What?
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, really.
Oh my
I was
God.
thinking
That's only half.
I thought it would be like $2,000.
That's only half.
And it's too small. By the pound, it's like literally $500 an ounce, I would guess.
It might as well be $1 million fucking dollars, basically. All right.
Rob, quit holding back.
I gotta sell some more gallons, man. All right.
Hold on. Can you see that?
Yes.
Full applied ballistics internally. It does humidity, barometric pressure, has all environmentals, has 2 IR lasers and 1 visible laser. And you literally tap the button. It's good out to 1,500. I've already tested it out to 1,100 and some change, and it immediately gives you the dope holdover.
See, man, fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, you're seeing stuff that's right up there.
So basically, you mounted a computer on the side of your rifle.
Yes,
that's exactly right. Except it's mil spec. The best of the best teams have them, period. And there is not a single review on the internet that actually has real world shooting with this thing. It literally is made so that someone can put it on a man, see him. If you're on an angle, it immediately calculates the angle. It's got cant in it. It's got the angle. It will change the dope for you, and you just read it and hold it and fire.
Can you get it without the IR laser? I mean, obviously, it's got to have at least one laser to range find, but.
Well, I actually played with it the other night with some night vision stuff, and the reason it has 2 is one is an IR laser for the distance, and the other one you can use as a spotlight or a flood. And so it's got a flood adjustment in it so that you can illuminate the target while you're shooting it. But you got to remember you're sending an IR signal. So, of course, you don't see any of that unless you've got night vision on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the thing is, I was going to do. Yeah, I was going to do a review on it, and I will, but it's very, very involved. I mean, it is literally a computer, Rob, just like you said.
It's going to be a 3-hour video.
No, you know what?
No, I'm not.
I would just do a brief overview of like, well, how this could make it better and bring up 3 solid points and let that be it. Because if you go in depth on that bitch, you're going to be Professor fucking Smiley. You're never going to quit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, anybody that's ever used a Kestrel or any kind of program to do their ballistic data on the fly will understand the idea behind it. Just the bonus factors are the target elimination and then the IR range finding properties.
Well, no, it's even more than that. So Rob, let's say you and I go to a match and we're shooting a match, and they give us the distances before we ever see the stage. So you're going to be able to go into your Kestrel, which I've never even done one on a Kestrel, but that thing is a lifesaver. But it's still important to know the basics, the fundamentals without electronics, because electronics do fail; they go bad. Right. You got to still be a marksman first and foremost. But basically, you're going to go through. You're going to take your environmentals, and you're going to go through and 532 yards. I'm going to be holding 5 mils or whatever. But now you go to a real sniper conference or a real event, or let's say you're shooting for real, and it's a blind stage. You just know there's 8 targets to engage out there. As soon as you get out there, rather than find it, laze it with a rangefinder, then go back to the Kestrel or your range card, and hopefully it's close enough depending on the distance. Then tell your shooter to shoot. This one, you do it all on your own. You see the target, you press the button, you fire, you're done. It's that quick, and that's a huge advantage. And when I say the best of the best, that's who uses these. That's how I actually ended up getting these units. But anyway, it is an awesome unit. We're going to be doing some real hard testing with them tomorrow, really putting them through their paces, which, look, these are already proven units. There's nothing that needs to be proved with them. But I just want to see the benefit of having that 6.5 as opposed to putting on a bolt gun.
So the bottom line is it's a target. It as long as you acquire the target. Okay, so back up just 1 second, and not to do the whole video here right now, but so you have the target in your sights, and this little device is connected to, what is it connected to? The rifle, the sight, what? The optic, what?
It's connected. Okay, you do have to get the alignment right. So basically, you set your scope on 0, 0 at 100 yards. You tell it just like a Kestrel. Now you can't, if you dial, you can't re-range without going back to 0 because you've changed the internal of it. You follow me?
Yep.
When you sight your target.
Yep.
So you definitely want a front focal for sure when you're using this.
Right.
Otherwise, things are going to be off. But literally, it's Raptar is rapid, basically rapid target and ranging is what it is. That's how you got the name. It's Raptar, not Raptor. And as soon as you see it in the dot or in the center of the crosshairs, you just hit the button, and it gives you the solution, and you hold or dial.
I can't even imagine.
And if you want, it will interface with your Bluetooth immediately from your Kestrel, and you can do live wind environmentals, and it'll put it in. I mean, it's got a full GPS in it. It's got everything.
Damn.
And if you act right now,
yeah. We'll send you a second one with
for shipping only
of $7,600 shipping fee.
Okay, so if you noticed on that one, I have it side mounted. I've got the Raptor mount for the top, but it's too much up at the top. So if I'm trying to shoot through a little hole or something, it might block it out, kind of like what they do with the VTAC boards. So I wanted it on the side because I know I'm going to be able to get most of the muzzle, through a hole or whatever. And you go ahead and angle calibrate it for where you've mounted it, and it will take all of that into consideration.
So when you're doing a teamed event, it would be beneficial to have both rifles equipped with this, or is it?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow. Holy shit. Yeah. That's big money. One thing.
This was kind of. Go ahead.
No, I want to speak about the money in the sport, because it really is an issue. It really is an issue, and I mean, clubs and shooting disciplines and stuff like that struggle for membership and getting people to show up and attendance and stuff like that. So money on target is a big deal, So I would just hope that, I know that's a very select few guys that do that long range shit, and I really want to do it. I'm ready. I'm not quite ready, but I'm gonna be ready here soon. But and I don't have to I don't have to finish in a high place to have fun, but I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I just hope that there's no people shooting that discipline that are like, getting their shit rained on because they're, don't have enough money to compete with guys that, at the club level, if you will. So, and I don't really know if there's a club level at that, I mean, I don't know. So
yeah, well, like the DMR match that we were talking about, that's a club level, and this will offer no advantage because they're giving you the yardages before you hit the stage. But like I said, real world application. This now, when I was out in Wyoming, there was a team that beat us that had a set of these. You just can't contend with that when you don't know what the distances are, and you've got to range, Kestrel, and then shoot, and they've got the solution literally within 5 seconds of getting on the target.
Yeah, so the major match like that, they put you in a difficult situation because it is a major match. They don't give you the ranges. They don't give you the size of the targets. They don't give you a lot of information so that there's more opportunity to, either excel or fall on your face or what have you. But you got to, I get that. I mean, you're paying $500 a team to even be there, and there's a big prize table, and that's one of these days. And what's really fucked up is, maybe if I ever retire one day, I'd like to do that. I'd probably be too old to be effective at that time, but I'll be shooting every match I can get my hands on when I have free time.
Yeah. Now, Rob, I will tell you this: you're not going to show up at a match and see any of these. What that's used for are mostly military and law enforcement competitions, and they usually don't even allow like non-LEO mill to even compete in it. You have to show credentials before you can get in them. So those are the guys that are going to have things like that. But those are the guys that are also we're running night courses with night vision, and that gets into the 20 grand mark when you start looking at some of that stuff that's forward mounted. Yeah, exactly.
This is all stuff you're paying.
Speaking of the 20 grand mark, yeah, you overshot my expenditures for the month, so yeah, I'm actually gonna go now, not because of that. It's just because I have to get up at the ass crack of dawn, and it's approaching vastly. I don't know how you guys on the East Coast.
This is where all the men
stay up so late, especially Robbie, man. Running your own damn company.
Just being good at it.
I know Ray is like basically a vampire man, and then Rick really doesn't really work except for like maybe 10 days a month. But yeah.
Hey, I was over at Rick's house till 2 a.m. last night.
Yeah, well, there's that. I can't speak to that, whatever. Anyway, thanks for having me on, Rick, Miss Robbie, and Ray. Always
Thank you,
awesome talking to you guys, as well as Rick. Everybody out in the side chat, have a great evening. And Warsaw Prepper, I don't know if you were being sarcastic or otherwise, but if you want to hit me up, just shoot me a PM, or you can't shoot me a PM, but my YouTube channel has a way to contact me. Go ahead and use it. And on that note,
be good at it.
Yes, indeed,
we'll see you,
folks. You guys take care.
Hi, brother. Be good.
See you.
Hey, Ray, before I put this all back together, is there anything before it goes into the bolt that I should oil?
Everything. Oil
Nothing.
Everything. He says nothing. I say everything. Fuck, I oil the shit out of all that stuff.
Nope. Do exactly like I showed you in the video. Wipe it down with solvent, and that's good enough. And you insert it back into the bolt. And the only 2 drops of oil you're going to do is put them in the exhaust ports on the side if you have such.
I got them right here.
What about those? Man, I always oil the rings. I oil the bolt kind of lugs a little bit. Fuck, I oil the shit out of everything. And then when it comes to the actual bolt carrier itself, I oil the whole fucking, not the whole thing, but
Rob, when you oil these 2 holes, it's gonna go in. It's gonna go into that.
Anyway. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, okay. I guess we go about it different ways, but anyway.
Well, no, I mean it doesn't require a lot. You only want to put like 1 or 2 drops in there.
Oh yeah, no, I don't over oil it, but.
Ah, damn it. I gotta put this piece in first.
Just spray and pray, Rick. You'll be fine.
Don't get too cocky. I might win one of these days. When you quit.
It's all about practice, man. Practice.
Yeah. Pretty soon I'll be doing
practice. That's for sure.
I do not keep myself from practicing. If I got a match coming up, I give myself all day Friday to get ready. 3-gun, I go 3-gun. If it's a pistol match, I go pistol. I've built a lifestyle around shooting, so Fridays are my day. Saturday, I love to any match on planet Earth. I love to get a hold of. Anything. That's why I'm looking forward to the DMR. I haven't shot 3-gun in a couple months. The last one was Sand Hills. I'm trying to refrain until after the state match in Georgia, but then after that, man, I want to do every 3-gun I can get my hands on. Be a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. What are you looking at, Rick? You look lost.
No, just put two drops
in
each hole.
Yep.
More than that?
Now do all those rails like in the video.
These ones?
I can't see.
Just put it in a Ziploc bag full of CLP. You'll be fine.
I don't like CLP.
I love it.
Anything that can do three things means it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it does a lot if you just put enough on it. I mean, most of those bolts are coated in shit. You don't have to lube anyway. So what's the difference?
Yeah,
like I run a Lantac bolt. You could run it dry. It wouldn't matter.
All right. I think that's it.
I hope it
is.
You didn't
watch my video.
I did watch your video. I just can't remember it all.
Hey, hold up. Did you get the side where the carrier key? Did you get the sides of those flats?
No.
Okay, you see the two bolts?
That's why I run a Lantac bolt. It's got that round thing on there.
All right, there's
oil. There you go.
Right
now
here.
Put it on the side of the cam pin. Put it on the side of the cam pin. And then in that hole where the cam pin goes into the hole where the cam pin goes to the bolts, forwards and backwards of it, forwards and rearwards of it. In the hole.
Put some hair around.
Now push the bolt to the rear. Push the bolt to the rear.
Okay.
And get the front of that cam pin.
All right.
Hey, Rob, I'm not making this up. I actually designed an entire curriculum, like for teaching agencies, and there's a lot of agencies that use this, what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And it's been used for years. It is a long PowerPoint, but I'm never going to put it out there because literally we spend, half a day with disassembly, assembly, inspection before, because those are 5-day range courses.
Yeah.
And we do this beforehand to make sure all the guns are in working order, make sure everything's lubricated, and it works. It was actually taught in Djibouti, Africa, to some soldiers for quite a while.
Well, I believe you. I mean, I have no reason to doubt you, quite honestly. So I can appreciate that.
I'm not saying it's the only way. I'm just saying it's a way that's been proven, for real world, not shooting paper application, and it works, and the guns run. And as long as you maintain them, something like what I said in the video, it works.
No, I was going to say something smart ass like, or you could just get an AK-47. I mean,
or you can do that.
Then you'd have a hard time hitting anything.
Yeah, I mean CQB is gold, but no, I think it's fascinating. Actually, I mean, I'm a big study of different methods, so I appreciate it.
Ain't no problem. Like I said, I'm just putting it out there. What kind of worked for me, but I don't ever just shoot from the hip. If I don't know, I tell you I don't know.
Yeah, and that's why I don't do how to or whatever videos, because I don't have, I don't have. I feel like if I really, really know something, I'll put it out there. But I don't, and I know you're very, very knowledgeable in what you do, and I think most people get it. I'm sure you've got your select few trolls that don't understand your credentials and whatnot, but I get it. When you make a video, I pay attention, and don't make no mistake about that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean it means a lot that you even put it out there, because you don't really have to, and I know that.
Well,
so.
It's. I really, meeting you guys has been unbelievable because, Rick will tell you, I don't keep many friends and I kind of stay to myself. I live in the middle of nowhere and I enjoy shooting, but man, meeting you guys has been great. And just being able to share the stuff. And once he got me doing these videos, it's like, well, there's a line to what I'll put out there. But man, it's been awesome. And, people take it for face value. This is the way I do it, like it or not, there's a reason behind it.
Yeah, well, there's I've read a bunch of training manuals in my life, and back when I was in the National Guard and going through training and whatnot, I've done by the book training manuals, and I've listened to a lot of people do things, quote unquote, for a particular reason or by the book or whatnot. But you've got a way, and I know that. And one thing I know about you is if you make a video about it, or if you say this is what I do, I know that it's proven. Whereas, you know, a lot of people, you just don't know if that's the case. So,
Yeah.
you know, I appreciate it. Yeah, and I'll even take a step further. People that don't know you may call bullshit, and I'm sure that you've been on here long enough to know that there are some armchair quarterbacks out there that think they know everything. But you just got to press on. I've been on here for 7 fucking years. It's ridiculous, and I don't even try to teach people nothing. I'm just living my fucking life, you know. But putting the videos out that you put out, I mean, I'm sure you've already come in contact with some of that. But anyway, the most of us that get it understand. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, you and Rick are other than the guys at the farm that, you know, I was privy to meet, you're the only guys that really have shot with me, and you know, I can shoot, you know, and that's what it takes. But you know, that guy calling me out on the distance, oh man, that got under my skin like you wouldn't believe, and I was just like, what? So
yeah.
Anyway,
yeah. YouTube is in some ways, it's more good than it is bad. But there's so many. I'm fixing to make another special comment video here in the next couple of weeks, because every morning I fucking wake up and I get loads of comments about how fucking stupid I am and how retarded, like, you know, why I didn't
you want me to stop sending those?
How I, you know, no, I will not delete those anymore, because I screen save them and I have fun with them. But it used to bother me. It don't bother me no more. I actually kind of have fun with them. But the internet, if you think about it, it's the whole fucking world of people, you know. So
yeah, and it's kind of scary. It really is. I've only deleted one comment since I started this channel, and ironically, it was somebody that knew me and knew a lot about my past, and he said something in the comment, and you know, I don't care if somebody knows my name, you know, real name, not real name, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm a nobody, and I'd like to keep it that way. And this guy put some personal information out there, and I deleted it, and I actually contacted him, and I was like, "Hey, buddy," I said, "You know, I don't really put my information out there," and you know, that bothered me a little bit. But that's the only one that I've deleted.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I have people come up to me all the time, and friends of mine, you know, they talk to me about the shit I do on YouTube, and you know, there's a fine line, man. It's kind of tough, because you separate yourself in a way, but you want to be yourself. It's a tough arrangement.
Well, that's like the work thing. Yeah. I get a lot of people going, "Where do you work at?" You know, like they want to come visit or whatever. And I'm like, it's not that I don't want them to come visit. I don't want people to know where I work.
Right.
Because then it's a
party.
You know, work's involved.
Yeah.
And then they can say, you know what, you need to either leave or quit your YouTube shit. So if I can keep the line separate,
yeah,
I think I'm okay.
Most of us YouTubers that are, you know, laying it out there, we want to share everything we have, but you have to be able to protect what you have to protect. And you know, when it comes time to provide for your family and, you know, maintain your, you know, your security and whatnot. So anyway, all right, Rick, it's all clean, Rick.
Hey, I'm on my Betsy right here. This is my brown golden clay shotgun right here.
I watched a video from X-Ring a couple months ago about shotguns. You never clean a shotgun. That's what he said.
Huh? No, I didn't say that.
Ray cleans every gun.
I'm just kidding.
He shot 3 rounds in his carry gun. He's like, I got to clean this thing.
No, that's
because that's a different reason. That's not a fun gun. Okay, so
yeah, you don't want that gun clean.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a good looking shotgun you got there. I got to shoot that one time. It's nice.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. I love this shot. I had to buy this before I got married because I knew I'd never get to spend the money.
I know. I've heard that story 5 times, so it must be true. It must be fucking true. Oh shit.
Of course, I bought. No, I better not say that. She might watch one of these videos one day. Everything else I buy is only like $2.30.
I noticed the last pistol you bought was all black. Good call.
Well, not anymore. It's got a silver button on it.
You do realize if you die tomorrow that your all your guns are going to be worth what you told her they cost you. So.
No, I got kids. They better go to them or I'm going to be pissed.
It would be like leave a little envelope in your safe. If I die, open this. Okay, baby.
Okay,
sorry.
so Rob, I'm going to hey Rob, I'm going to tell on Rick a little bit. So yesterday I went to his house and he opened up a drawer and the guns are like rusted to pieces. Like, no, I'm not talking about his Browning. I'm talking about like Glocks on his sight were hairy and orange.
Right here.
And my blood it didn't move something inside of me. And I was like, you can't keep this in the garage.
It's a Glock.
You can't see the orange on. There you go.
Yeah,
that's rust. Just plain flat out rust.
Yeah, that's
what that is that's racing hair. That's what that is.
Yeah. Well, you know, most of those sights are steel. The gun itself may hold up much better.
Yeah, the gun's holding up great. It's those shitty sights.
Yeah, them sights you put on there, they're just steel. So, but I feel you about the your mind going ape shit over that.
I know. I did show him a pretty cool trick though, and I don't know if anybody's ever talked about this, but he was trying to get some of the rust off of that Browning, that buck mark, and I said, "You ever tried the penny trick?" And he was like, "What are you talking about?" No, the penny's really soft, and he's got the bluing, and so you just put a coat of oil on it, and just rub it with the penny, and you know you use medium pressure, but it does not hurt the bluing. Right now. So
here's what it looks like. Okay.
I guess we're gonna do this shit live, right?
Well, we do on Isyour6covered. We do it all live, bro.
Yeah,
you know this,
but that's not a good example. I mean, that Browning's got a high, a blued finish, and by the time we got rubbing it, yeah, you could still see some of the pitting, but it was smooth as a piece of glass. It got all that cancerous rust off of that exterior surface.
Oh, let me find it and I'll show you.
No, Rick, hold that gun to just do a separate video on that. You might actually be a good video.
Actually, I didn't think I was allowed to talk about the penny trick, so I wasn't going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right. There's a lot of tricks. I mean, like if you get an old gun, like let's say his shotgun there, let's say he dropped something on it and it hits the stock or the comb right there, and it like if you took a hammer and hit it right now. There's actually a process, and you probably know this, Rob, because you're a woodworker. You can take wet towels and soak that area, and you can bring that back out to where you don't even see it. You'll actually have to maybe sand it down. It can pull it out so much, but yeah, you can do that to some of these higher end guns without refinishing them. It's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, wood's my game, and you can put an iron on a wet rag and steam them and.
Yeah,
you're basically lifting everything and then you sand it flat. It's not that hard to do.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
I'm gonna fix this gun while we're talking, just so Ray doesn't have a heart attack.
I'm gonna fix it and go to fucking
bed.
Y'all can do whatever you want to do.
Go to bed.
Play what you want, Rick.
All right. Listen, I'm gonna leave it with you guys. I'm definitely gonna. I gotta work tomorrow. But the beautiful thing is I only have to work half a day. Then I'm going to go to the farm. I'm going to get to know this nemesis a little better. And I got a pretty awesome match I'm going to shoot Saturday, which is with some really top level guys, and dry fire all week, and hopefully shoot the Georgia match really good on Friday. So that's my game. So wish me luck.
Good luck to you, Rob.
Good luck on that. Big butt, man.
Appreciate it. Y'all be good.
All right, we're gonna end this chat.
All right, take care.
Boys.
Yeah, I'm sure you're close. So, Ray, appreciate everything. We'll talk to you soon. Rick, be good, man. Love you.
We'll see you, Rob. Take care.
Bye.
All right, let's see.
Bye.
Let's see how she did. Needs a little more work, but it's looking good. Here's left, but it's looking better.
Oh yeah, a lot better.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. The
Well, anyway, is it just now? Is it just us on the chat now?
just me and you, yeah, and 15 other people. I'll finish.
Man, there's 50 people.
15.
There's 15 people listening.
Yep, we're having fun. We got Warsaw Patriot, Hard Targets out there. How's it going, buddy? Chico Wise. We got Stan Ulch. How you doing, Stan? Might as well be. How you doing? Warsaw Patriot. Vanessa Kitty. The Redneck Pepper. And
Well, either way, it's been fun, but I do have to get up early because we're driving to South Carolina tomorrow. So
yeah, we'll end right now.
A bunch of testing to do.
If you're not familiar with X-Ring, get over to his channel, give him a subscribe, and
appreciate it, guys.
Anything you want to say before we shut this down?
No, I appreciate the invite. It's been good because I didn't have a whole lot to do this evening, so it worked out well.
Sounds good. All right. Well, you take care, Ray. Everybody out there, I appreciate you showing up. What?
No, I said thanks everybody for joining.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. All right. Good night. And let me go to the bottom in case somebody said something. Is your 6 covered? By the way, I saw your sight vid. Oh yeah, I had to repaint my CZ iron sights. Yeah, that works good. It will last for a while, but depending on the sight and what it's sticking to, it does wear off. Redneck Prepper says, good night, Ray. Good night, Rick. And
night.
After watching the video. Cool. Appreciate that, Warsaw Patriot. You guys take care. Have a good night. Stay safe. Get some sleep. And we'll see you on the next one.